You're on vacation in a small village in France, but don't speak a word of French. Imagine if you could download a program into your brain and converse with locals. And what if you could later remember that trip in perfect detail?
In the future, you will be able to save and replay memories. This is obviously sounding increasingly like a Black Mirror episode.
Elon Musk says you will even be able to store your memories as a backup and then download them into a robot body. It sounds like science fiction, but Neuralink believes it could make that happen one day with this chip. It's a brain-machine interface, or BMI, a device that connects your brain to a computer. But before chasing these superhuman goals, Neuralink is focused on one thing: ending human suffering. All of our senses, sight, hearing, touch, smell, taste, are electrical signals sent by neurons to our brain. But sometimes the signals are not wired correctly. Neuralink wants to rewire the circuit so that the paralyzed walk, the blind see, the deaf hear, as well as treat other neurological disorders such as depression, insomnia, Alzheimer's. The battery lasts a full day and can be charged inductively as you sleep, possibly by wearing a nightcap, according to Musk, although it may not look exactly like this one. The prototype is different than 2019's. That one required an external earpiece, whereas the latest version involves just the chip sitting in the skull.
It's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
The wires, or threads, are 10 times thinner than human hair and represent electrodes. The electrodes figure out what's happening in the brain by reading the signals sent by the neurons and then stimulating as many neurons as possible. This technology is not new, but what makes Neuralink drastically different from other neural interfaces is that it will insert significantly more electrodes to stimulate neurons on a scale never seen before. As a comparison, Utah Array is considered one of the best BMIs out there right now and has been used to study conditions like epilepsy. It has around 100 electrode channels, whereas the current version of Neuralink has more than 1,000 and possibly much more in the future. Also, the threads are thinner and more flexible, greatly reducing the risk of piercing blood vessels and potentially causing catastrophic damage. But that doesn't mean humans are capable of the precision required for surgery. At the eventual cost of a few $1,000s to the patient, this robot could one day do the entire operation in under an hour, leaving the chip relatively concealed.
All you can see afterwards is this tiny scar, and if it's under your hair, you can't see it at all. In fact, I could have a Neuralink right now, and you wouldn't know. Maybe I do.
That's unlikely, since human trials haven't begun, but they have done tests on animals.
So what we have in pen number 1 is Joyce.
Joyce demonstrates what a normal pig is like without Neuralink.
So here's Dorothy.
Dorothy used to have the device, but no longer, and she appears to act just like Joyce.
Gertrude, are you serious?
Then there's Gertrude, the one who's had an implant for 2 months. It took her a while to get with the program.
Oh, the beauty of live demos. Gertrude, thanks for coming out.
The beeps are signals from the area of her brain linked to her snout, so when she ate or sniffed the straw, the activity showed up on the graph. The implant has also helped the team predict the limb movements of a pig on a treadmill with what they describe as a high degree of accuracy, but it still remains to be seen how people respond to it. Neuralink has to get a stamp of approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to start human trials geared toward helping those with spinal cord injuries control a computer.
We will make this as safe as possible. Just as with Tesla, while it is legally possible to ship a 1-star car, the only cars we make are 5 stars. We actually maximize safety, and we'll take the same approach here at Neuralink.
But there are some signs of chaos at the young company. Former employees told Stat, an American health-oriented news website, that rushed timelines were often clashing with science's slow pace. Musk said last year he hoped the trials could begin by the end of 2020, which seems highly unlikely. And then there are the privacy issues that scientists have been urging governments to address, including what data should be collected and how it will be kept safe. So it will likely be a long time before this becomes a reality. But Neuralink has plans to expand rapidly. At its headquarters in Fremont, California, it has a massive space but only 100 employees. In a few years, it expects to grow to 10,000, which would be more than the number of staff currently at SpaceX. Although the scientists and engineers will continue to work toward curing brain disorders, that's not the main reason Musk created Neuralink. He He has repeatedly spoken of the fear that humans will be overtaken by artificial intelligence, based on the hypothesis that if AI becomes super intelligent, it could be difficult or impossible for humans to control and potentially result in our extinction. So his solution is to sync up the human brain with AI and create a symbiotic relationship. Symbiosis refers to the art of living together. We see this in nature, in the mutually beneficial relationship between sea anemone and clownfish, for example. The anemone provides shelter for the fish, while the fish provides it nutrients and protects it from other predators. In the same way, humans and AI can grow together. Although Musk has many ambitious projects on the go, this one seems different than the others. SpaceX wants to build a city on Mars, changing where we live. The Boring Company is building underground tunnels, changing how we travel. But Neuralink is changing us, making us in many ways superhuman.
The future is going to be weird.
And that may be an understatement.
Thanks so much for watching. I'm Cindy Palm. So would you ever get the Neuralink implant? If not, why not? And if so, what capability would you want to see the most? Let me know your thoughts. You can leave them in the comments section below. If you like what you saw, give it a like. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my new channel. A big shout out goes out to my patrons as well. I'll see you soon.
Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Rekakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth, and who rule well. Peace and citations unto the document that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Cortez of Zion, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai with another lesson. Yeah, man, today I want to speak about Elon Musk and the Neuralink, because the way it started, this clip, was that how would you like that when you're on vacation, you don't speak the language, you just want to download the language into your mind so that you can speak it. And the memories that you make on that specific vacation, that you can replay it over and over, and you could store it away, you could project it on the TV, you know. So if I listen to that, that's transhumanism, man. That's, as the woman was saying in the end, superhuman capabilities, but basically that's transhumanism. Elon Musk, he's scared of this AI taking over, but it's not AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence is something that thinks for itself. But if you come with a chip where I am in control, that's not called AI. So they're mixing these words up, you see? But yeah, so basically, in the beginning of this video, he was talking about transhumanism, you know, downloading information and making you super smart, you know, giving you certain capabilities that you didn't have. And then he wants to cover it up by saying the reason that he's doing this is not for the transhumanism, not for the pros, you know, the other how you call it, beneficial factors that you get, but he's doing it to help these people, to help the deaf, to help the impaired people, you know, and treat certain neurological illnesses like depression and such. But yeah, man, that's just how he's packaging it, because that's not his end goal. His end goal is to cheat his way to immortality, to transhumanism, because transhumanism means that your memories will live on and that you could just download yourself into another body or another machine or whatnot. So basically, their end goal is to have immortality, and that's cheating Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, because immortality is immortality is perceived and received through the tree of life, you know. Let me go to the scriptures for the answers. This is Genesis 3, verse 22. Because Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, he made man to have certain capabilities, and that's it. You know, he's not supposed to surpass that. This is Genesis 3:22. And Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. You see, because the tree of life is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's full wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So if you have that, then you know what will sustain you. You know what will keep you healthy longer. You know how you're not supposed to go off and sin and die. You know, you're gonna know which type of herbs you need to eat to stay vital. You know, to stay young and vibrant. Verse 23. Therefore, Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, and I believe this says Allahayim. Can you see Allahayim? So let me read it like that. Therefore, the Allahayim sent him from Salakia. Therefore, the Allahayim sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. You see, so before this, Adam, man, didn't have to work to be fed, you know, because he would just walk around in the Garden of Eden and pluck what he wanted and ate what he wanted, you know. But this is the curse that Yahweh Basham Yahushua had put on man, that he should till the ground, you know, that he should sweat. Verse 24. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. Gone. So he drove out the man and placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims, and cherubims are angels, powerful angels, you know. Let's go into that. The interlinear, the strong concordance of the Bible. In the Lashon Kodash, it says, Karawap, Karawap. And the outline of biblical usage says, cherub, cherubim, an angelic being. But if you go to the Chaldee lexicon, then here it says powerful. So a powerful and strong angel, and was standing and guarding the tree of life. You see, and a flaming sword which turned every way. So basically, this flaming sword represents that it's defended. You know, that when you see a powerful angel, then they always come battle ready. You know, because when I can't remember the scripture, what it was. I believe it was Abraham, that he saw an angel coming towards him with a sword, and then he had a sword in his own hand also, and he said, do you come in peace? You know, so this powerful, strong angel, they always have swords with them. They're portrayed with swords to keep the way of the tree of life gone. And the tree of life, what is that? To further expound on that, let's go to Proverbs 3, verse 13. Till 18. Proverbs 3:13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. You see, in her right hand is the length of days. So you're gonna enlarge your, not enlarge, Salakia, you're gonna enhance your lifespan. You're gonna live longer, you know. You might live forever if you have the full wisdom, knowledge, and understanding then you're going to be immortal, as the scripture says in Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. And in her left hand, riches and honor gone. Because King Solomon, he prayed for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and riches were added unto him. Because if you have wisdom and knowledge, then you know how to maneuver through certain situations. You're going to make right calls at the right moment. Verse 17, her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. Verse 18, she is the tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her. You see, so she is the tree of life, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, full wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And this is what this Elon Musk is trying to cheat himself out of, because they don't have the full wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai doesn't deal with Esau like that. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai deals with the Israelites, you know. He shows his mysteries unto the saints. That's the next scripture. Salakia. This is Colossians 1, verse 25. Whereof I am made a minister according to the dispensation of Yahweh, which is given to me for you to fulfill the word of Yahweh, even the mystery which had been even the mystery which had been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. You see? So the mysteries are being made known to the saints of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And who are the saints? The so-called Latinos, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, so they are the saints. And how is it being made manifest? Because they themselves, they couldn't unlock this book. They couldn't unlock the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It had to go through Yahweh Shai. Let's go to Revelations 5. Verse 1. And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals. 7 seals doesn't mean 7 literal seals. It means it was completely shut. You know, it's completion. Verse 2. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders said unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, had prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof, which is Yahweh Shai. You see, because Yahweh Shai, he shed his blood, so he was able to open the book. He shed his blood for the Israelites. First and foremost, for the elect. That's for who he shed his blood. So he prevailed in opening the book. Let's go to Luke, verse 24. Verse 44. You see, because that's the order in how to get the immortality. You have to go through Yahweh Shai. He shed his blood. And then you go to the tree of life, which gives you immortality, the full wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And then you reach the goal, which is immortality. You know, because Yahweh didn't make man. Let me get that precept real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 23. For Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Gone. So, man, we were created to be immortal, but through envy of the devil, that's how death came into existence. You see, because Adam hearkened unto Eve, through her we sin and through her we all die. But that was the natural way to go, because we had to know what was good and bad, and now we are experiencing the bad so that we will appreciate the good that's coming our way. Go to Luke 24 and 44. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you. These are red letters, so this is Yahushua speaking, that all things must be fulfilled. Because Yahushua didn't come to do away with the law, but he came to fulfill, like how he fulfilled the prophecy that the king would come upon lowly and meek upon an ass, which was in the book of Zechariah, I believe, which were written in the law of Moses and in the prophets and in the Psalms concerning me. And this is the point. Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures. You see? So Yahushua opens up your understanding to go to the tree of life, to go to the immortality, not through technology, not through Elon Musk, you see? But that's what Esau's trying to do. He's trying to cheat his way through the natural circle, because he doesn't have the full wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So he can't, in a humane way, in a well-balanced way, in sync with the earth, get immortality. He has to do it with transhumanism. He has to do it with technology. You see, things that he creates because he thinks he's the Most High. But that's not the way to go, man. Let me close it off with this. This is Revelations 22 and 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments, and that, Salakia, blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter through the gates into the city. Gone. So, blessed are they that do the commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And who are those? First and foremost, the elect are going to keep the commandments to the best of their abilities, that they may have right to the tree of life. How? Through Yahushua, because they have faith, they believe in Yahushua, so they will have the right to go to the tree of life and thus have immortality and may enter through the gates into the city. Gone. Yeah, man. So, Lord willing, this video is edifying, and I want to say, Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham Reka Kodash, Shalom Akim.